Good day, everyone. I am Joy Sistrunk of Premier Group, and I have with me today my always special partner and guest, Geena Young of Centric Business Solutions. And we're here to talk about BOI. And you're probably like, well, what's that? It's a new report that is required if you've been in business for any amount of time. It went into effect January 1st, 2024, and you've had a whole year, whether you realize it or not, to comply. It's going to be due January 1st, 2025. And if you do not file it, there will be penalties and interest, things that are going to pile up, things that we don't want to happen. So we decided to do this is going to wind up being a video series because this topic can get very meaty and complicated. So, to get started, BOI is actually a new report that is flowing down through the Department of Treasury through the Financial Enforcement Crimes Entity, or FinCEN. And what the BOI is overall is it's a new report to help them, being the US and the Treasury Department, prevent what they call bad actors or bad business people from committing fraud and doing money laundering. But how do they do that? They want to prevent them from hiding their identity. So they're asking for additional information that you really already have about who owns your business. And they're going to be cross-referencing it, in my opinion, with the records that you already submit when you submit your tax returns and for the IRS. And so with that, you need to file it. This is something we just only have to file one time unless something with your business changes. And it's due again January 1st, 2025. So I know you did yours over the weekend, Geena. How was it? How did you
I
feel?
did.
I know it probably felt like nerve-wracking, but what happened?
Well, we're all reading information, tons of literature, and we're also looking at videos to kind of see, what this looks like because it's new for everyone. So my experience was very, very easy. I think I expected a little bit more, but it was a no-brainer. You're essentially just going through the list of questions, entering your business name, your EIN, and as Joy mentioned, then you also have to include your name, your information, because they want to be able to cross-reference to make sure that you are a real person and that all things are legitimate. So I will say this was one of the easiest things ever. I was almost afraid because I thought
Because
I
it was
missed
so
something.
easy.
So I kept looking back, but it took me all of 5 to 7 minutes to
Oh,
complete.
okay.
And so you just want to make sure you have your information handy, your EIN number for your business and that sort of thing. But yeah, it was very straightforward and simple.
I would actually recommend they grab their tax return because the tax
That's a good
return
one.
is going to have your tax ID number. And if
Yep.
you are the business owner, or let's say you have partners, it's going to have all of your social security numbers in there, all of your full names. Now, did you have to upload an ID or anything to prove your identity?
Yes, that is the one thing I did have to do. I had to take a pause and make sure that I did that. So you have to, like Joy said, you have to upload a copy of your ID. I think they accepted both your driver's license, state issued ID, picture ID, as well as a passport. So yes, you definitely have to do that as well.
So having your tax return handy, as well as if it's just you, you can grab a copy of your license and do it on your phone. But if you have other partners, it would probably be easier if you get everybody's information, get their pictures up front so that you don't have to kind of stop and pause. Because I don't believe you can save your information
Yeah, I don't recall
once
seeing
I
that.
think once you start, you have to finish. So
Yeah.
and even though it's a 5 to 7 minute process, and I know you're probably thinking, well, they're accountants, they can do it easily. If even at worst, maybe if it takes you 10 to 15 minutes, you don't
Yeah,
want to have to kind of keep starting over again because
absolutely.
what's going to happen is you are going to it when you log in, you can't really stop and save your
Yep,
information. So you want to just be able to flow right through it. So having your tax return,
absolutely.
having copies of your ID is going to be important. And they do want information on each partner. Anybody that owns more than 25%.
25%.
So if
Exactly.
you have a partner that owns 1%, don't worry about them. It's 25% or more is
Yeah.
what's going to be important. So when you submitted it, did you get a confirmation
I
or?
did. I did. Now, what it will say on the screen, once you get to the end, it'll say, please download a copy or save a copy of this,
Mhm.
which I did. I'm notorious for doing that because I know how systems work. But it also sent me an email confirmation.
Oh, good.
So I had 2 points of reference. So, yes, it will give you a confirmation and let you know it was uh, filed successfully. I'm assuming if something's missing, they'll tell you, hey, you need to go back in and correct it or update it. So yes, it does provide you with confirmation.
So I think just now that I'm thinking about it and rolling in my mind, and you're saying to yourself, well, how do I even know if I need to file this? There are mainly a couple things that need to happen. If you have, everyone needs to file except a business who meets all three criteria. There are
Yep.
three. You have to have
Yep.
20 or more employees, have a
Mhm.
physical presence in the US, a physical office. Now, I don't know if they said if it had to be a home office or if you have to have a lease. So we'll check on that and maybe give you more clarity on that in the next video. And you have to make more than $5 million. If you don't meet all three of those criteria, you absolutely need to file a
Yes.
BOI, whether you're a LLC, a corporation, even if you're a sole proprietor. You still
Yes,
need to file a BOI because I think that's something that people don't realize. They think, ah, it's just me. I don't have to do anything. You
you
do.
do. Yes,
You
and I
do.
wanted to add to that too, Joy, because a lot of people that'll be listening to them watching this video, they are LLCs legally, but they may have been given permission by internal revenue to be treated as an S corp. So
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
LLCs, S corp, C corps, like Joy said, you are required, and sole proprietors, you are required to file this document, this report. What about nonprofits, Joy? Let's touch on nonprofits because a lot of people will have questions about, do I or do I not?
Very true. And so what I would say is nonprofits, they 501(c)(3)s, 501(c)(4)s, and 501(c)(5)s do not need to file the BOI report. Some of the other ones, like the social organizations, we need to dig a little bit further and make sure we have the correct understanding. We're not sure if you are in a sorority or a membership organization, if those need to be filed yet. So we do need to clarify that point, which we'll do on the next video. But that is what we have for today. Thank you so much, you guys, for your time. We appreciate you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Geena at.
You can reach out to me at info@Centric, CENTRIC, biz solutions, SOLUTIONS, centricbizsolutions.com.
You can reach me at either www.pgs-cpa.com. You can give our office a call, 301-577-6444. Oh, and we forgot the most important thing. Unfortunately, because of how it's stated, we cannot file the report for you. Each person actually has to go in individually and file their own report for their own business. So one of our
Yes,
next videos will be to kind of walk you through the process just in case you're nervous on how to prepare your BOI report. But thank you
absolutely.
so much for your time. We look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.